Hi everybody, in this video I'll be showing you some vinyl records that I picked up for free. These are specifically between 1967 and 1972. Underground is the second studio album by American garage rock band The Electric Prunes, released in 1967 on Reprise Records. It would be the final album of any materialized input by band members until the 1969 New Improved Electric Prunes were formed. The album was a moderate chart hit, but without a hit single, the band could not repeat their past success. There's the back. And here's the 1960s Reprise label. Very sturdy record. Just needs a little bit of a clean, but there's no scuffs or scratch marks on this record. Vanilla Fudge is the debut studio album by the American psychedelic rock band Vanilla Fudge, released in the summer of 1967. It consists entirely of half-speed covers and 3 short original instrumental compositions. This was their most successful album, peaking at number 6 on the Billboard chart on the Green and Red Atlantic label. Canned Heat, Going Up the Country. This band is American blues rock band, formed in 1965. I'm quite sure this is a compilation of sorts, released in 1968 in Australia on Liberty. Does have the single Going Up the Country, which I have seen on a 45 before. Deja Vu is the second studio album by American folk rock group Crosby, Stills and Nash, and their first as a quartet with Neil Young, released in 1970 on Atlantic Records. There's the back. It does have a texture feel to it. Gatefold. Got singles on here such as Woodstock, Teach Your Children, Our House and Carry On. Live at Leeds is the first live album by the English rock band The Who, recorded at the University of Leeds on February 14th, 1970 and released in May 1970. It is the band's only live album that was recorded with the classic lineup of Roger Daltrey, Pete Townsend, John Entwistle and drummer Keith Moon. It's got all this stuff in here. I'm not too sure if it's meant to be with the album. I will show you all of it. So it does have this. A letter from Barry Perkins, 1965. Letter from John Burgess, EMI Limited, 1964. Comes with a poster. More documents, photos. Someone tell me in the comments if all this is meant to be in here, or is it just the photographs that are meant to be here and the poster? And it's on the Polydor label. Next up, I have A Question of Balance. Is the 6th album by the Moody Blues, released in 1970, reached number 1 in the United Kingdom and number 3 in the United States. There's the back. Open it up. Comes with a lyric sheet. And the record is pressed on Threshold Records. Question being the lead single of this album. The first great rock festivals of the 70s. Isle of Wight, Atlanta Pop Festival. The first Atlanta International Pop Festival was a rock festival held at the Atlanta International Raceway in Hampton, Georgia, 20 miles south of Atlanta, on the 4th of July weekend, 1969, more than a month before Woodstock. Crowd estimates range from the high tens of thousands to as high as 150,000, with few problems reported other than those related to the hot weather. This is a 3 LP set made in America. Opens up like this. It's a tri-fold sleeve. First record on CBS, not in the best of condition. These ones here are in much better condition than the first one, simply because they had a sleeve. And here's the third LP. I do have 3 Black Sabbath albums to show you. This is their debut album, released in 1970. The album is widely regarded as the first true metal album, and the opening title track, Black Sabbath, was named the greatest heavy metal song of all time by Rolling Stone, and has been referred to as the first doom metal song. This one here is on Fontana Records, made in Australia. Not too sure if this is an original or not. Might be a later repress. Next up, Paranoid is the second studio album by English heavy metal band Black Sabbath, released in September 1970 in the United Kingdom and 7th of January 1971 in the US. The album contains several of the band's signature songs, including Iron Man, War Pigs, and the title track Paranoid, which was the band's only top 20 hit, reaching number 4 on the UK single charts. There's the back. There's the gatefold. And this one here is on the Vertigo Swirl label. Next up, Master of Reality, third studio album by the English heavy metal band Black Sabbath, released in the United Kingdom on the 6th of August 1971 by Vertigo Records. It is regarded by some critics as the foundation of stoner rock and sludge metal. There's the back. This one is also on the Vertigo Swirl label in amazing condition. Children of the Grave being one of the singles off this album. I think the only single, if I'm being honest. And now we are firmly in 1972 with Bolan Boogie, compilation album by English glam rock band T-Rex. After Mark Boland had left Fly Records to form his own label, his former label released this compilation in 1972 with recent single A and B sides recorded in 70 and 71, many of which had not been appeared on previous albums. This should be the front cover, in my opinion, as opposed to a black background. And here's the Fly Records label. Picture of a fly in a cube. Slade is the third studio album by the British rock group Slade, released in November 1972 and reached number 1 in the UK. It remained there for 34 weeks and was certified silver in early 1973. Mama, We're All Crazy Now, Goodbye T-Jane, and Let the Good Times Roll are 3 singles off this album. And lastly, for this video, this is 'Cause I Love You, compilation album by British rock band Slade, released in 1972. It was the band's first compilation album and reached number 10 in the Netherlands. Also on Polydor Records. There's the back. And that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I do have more 70s stuff to show you. Then we move into the 80s. Half a dozen Olivia Newton-John albums to show you all. And we also move into the 2000s as well. So I hope you tune in for more videos. In the meantime, please send me a comment, hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you for watching.